Yeah, 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 yeah. I was sleeping, had to wake up. Why? Every reason I can think of. God, till the day I keep the ink up.
What's up, YouTube? Today, we'll be looking at disturbing TikToks that'll make you question reality. So without further ado, welcome to Adam Strain Reacts. Let's get her done.
Ice cream vans popping up at 3 AM and hundreds of kids missing. The past 2 days, these videos have been absolutely everywhere of people reporting hearing the creepy music and seeing an ice cream van at 2 AM, 3 AM, 4 AM driving around Virginia and other states. With this, more people have started coming out with their accounts of when this has happened to them in the past year. Now, the scariest part is all of the missing people in Virginia recently. I mean, you can take a look, and people are convinced something very strange is going on here. All these videos popping up are extremely creepy, and I do not understand what's going on. And these ones emerging of people actually going to the ice cream van at midnight and genuinely getting ice cream. The police have said not to worry, it's under control and this has just got out of hand on social media. Now, this could be like a publicity stunt, and this guy is literally just flogging ice creams in midnight because it's quite a cool way to do it, I guess. And at the end of the day, it is the summer. But at the same time, something doesn't add up with all of these missing people as well. It's just a bit eerie. But people are losing their minds over this at the moment, capturing all kinds of different videos and photos. So please let me know your thoughts on all of this, and I will keep you updated on any developments.
Don't chase your dream.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a good idea to have ice cream trucks in action at night? Or do you think that that interaction might attract kids to leave their house or to, you know, escape the watchful eye of their parents and maybe run towards the truck? Or what do you guys think? Just social media making something out of nothing? Or is there something to be worried about? Let me know down below. Let's keep on rocking.
Manifest it. You know, you're chasing your dream, you're never gonna catch it. You know, just manifest it, put your trust in a higher source, and it'll manifest in your life.
So from the spiritual into the physical.
That's right, baby. Yeah.
So what do you do spiritually to keep yourself grounded and balanced?
Hit them kneecaps, baby. Buy you some knee pads. It's called prayer. You know, you can call it yoga, meditation, you know, whatever name you want to put on it, but you definitely want to, you know, implode within yourself and get in that higher source and let him turn the faucet on so you can get wet.
So what does God mean to you?
I'm dipped right now, baby.
Did any of you happen to see this in the news? That Vladimir Putin carries a special suitcase whenever he leaves the country just to collect his poop. Yeah, that happened. When Putin met Trump the other day in Alaska, one of his aides was seen carrying the legendary poop suitcase. And it's being reported by almost every news outlet. Yeah, so no matter where Putin goes, someone has to collect his poop. Ugh, that's a crappy job. The theory of why Putin does this is so no other country can go through his poop and find out if he's got any ailments or sicknesses or whatever. I gotta say, that's about the height of paranoia. Now I myself am going on vacation in a few days. I'm going back to Milwaukee with my son, but I'm not bringing my own poop suitcase with me. Okay, Booskies, I just thought I'd share this interesting, paranoid story of poop and a poop suitcase with you. Till next time, Shabadoo, Booskies, Shabadoo.
Thing to have is a...
You know what? I had never thought of that at all. But that is so smart when you think about it. I mean, yeah, for sure, you know, they're trying to make it sound stupid or whatever. But nowadays, with the technology that we have, I mean, leaving your DNA somewhere when you're in that position of power is actually a liability. It actually makes sense. They could check in your DNA to see if you have any ailments, if you have any weaknesses. I suppose they could even up to clone you, or who knows, you know? So it kind of makes sense that you wouldn't want to leave your DNA on enemy soil. So anyways, food for thought. At first, it sounds really crazy, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think it makes sense, or do you guys think he's overdoing it? Let me know down below, and let's keep on rocking.
Black's Law Dictionary. It's about this thick. This is the dictionary that the lawyers use, and it has legal definitions of words in it. And when you use it to look up words, you find out really interesting stuff. Person. The word person. The definition of person is a corporate fiction. Black's Law also tells us that the only person known to Canadian law is the corporation. And that's interesting. Human is another interesting word. It appears nowhere in the Bible, but you look up the definition of human in Black's Law, and it says sea monster. And so you flip to monster, and you look up the definition for monster, and it says one that cannot own or inherit property. Now, all governments have human resource departments, and all corporations have human resource departments. Isn't that interesting? Job is another interesting definition. Job is defined as public business for private dishonest gain is the definition of job. And then we look at employ, the root word of employment, right? Well, employ is two words basically, E-M, which means for. Employ is deceit. So employ is for deceit. Employment, it's for deceit. And job is official, that's it. Job is official public business for private dishonest gain. Now, where are we going with all these definitions? Because they sound kind of bad to me. Those words, now that I know what they really mean, those words don't sound good. They sound bad. Me. Well, we know that to get a job, you need a SIN. You need a social insurance number, or you can't get a job. You can't be employed. Well, now that I know what a job means, and now that I know what employ means, I don't really know if I want either of those things. But I've been spending some time on this journey, acquiring documents, legal documents, from the Registrar General. Registrar General, doesn't that sound like military? That doesn't sound too good to me.
So we looking at bank.
Very interesting. I really like looking into the definition and, you know, the meaning of words, where they come from, and the stuff like that. Black's Law. It's super interesting. It makes me think of a quote of one of my songs that I say, "The etymology will tell you more than all your recent technologies." And yeah, I just feel like going to the source of things and going to the creation point of things and the purpose of things helps us gauge a bit more what the outcomes are, what it means, how to use it, and helps us make more conscious decisions, better decisions. It's very interesting. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever looked into the etymology of words? Have you ever been surprised with like a meaning or a source of a word or where it comes from of our everyday language? That sometimes we're surprised that, hey, we're using this for this, but actually this is what it meant at the beginning, you know? A good example for that for me was militia, when the people that wrote, like, let's say the Constitution or whatnot, when they were saying militia, they were saying the people able to defend themselves. They weren't talking about an external force against the government. They were talking about who the government represents, which is the people. And nowadays, when you say militia, what does it mean? It means like a foreign, not foreign because they're within the same country, but outside of the government, separated as if they're like a terrorist organization type of thing. So it's very telling which words change and towards which direction. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Again, what do you guys think? Have you guys ever been surprised with the meaning of words that you use in your daily life? If so, comment down below and let me know which one. And let's keep on rocking.
Buildings in South Africa, and it blows my mind. So many people going about their lives, walking past these buildings and not even noticing them. How long have we been doing this? We're not going to stop until we find an answer. Every architect, every map, every building, like this one. Another Standard Bank building, Only this one's in Johannesburg, and it's huge, and it's unbelievably breathtaking. It was sculpted by an Italian man named Charles Marega, who arrived in South Africa in 1906. Construction of the bank also began in 1906 and suffered delays, because frame steel orders coincided with the San Francisco earthquakes of 1906. So we'll assume that construction on the bank picked up again towards the end of 1906. The bank opened in November 1908. 2 years to build. Does this look like something we could build in 2 years today in South Africa? Not to me, it doesn't. Look at the detail, the columns, the windows, the doors that appear to be for people much larger than us. This place is impressive, strong enough to last 1,000 years and extremely beautiful to look at. It also has windows that appear to be halfway underground, a clear indication of the old world. The roof has 2 towers that strikingly resemble old world technology. Airship docking stations, one for arrivals and one for departures. The old world was more advanced than needed.
This is how I got rid of about 5 cavities. I started salting every offering, Leviticus 2:13, because 9 out of 10 people are magnesium deficient. Magnesium helps to regrow, regenerate, remineralize your teeth. This is what they don't want you to know. This is how millions of people now who have discovered this are reversing their teeth and their mouth issues. But remember, we need to be using an organic qualified salt, not that table salt that's on the shelf. We also want to be fasting 12 to 24 hours a day to help clean out the gut and remineralize the gut through the master's cleanse. That's half of a key lime, a pinch or 2 of salt, a 1/16 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and however much coconut or olive oil you can handle in a shot glass. You're going to drink this at least once every day. This is going to help detox your teeth and your gut and remineralize at the same time. This is the most effective, most remineralizing cleanse that exists on the planet. We also want you to start drinking goat milk, Proverbs 27:27, because goat milk is super dense in magnesium, as well as some copper, and every mineral that your teeth need to be able to heal, like calcium. And that's why we made y'all the Health Bible. Get healthy, wealthy, and wise, and learn everything that you need to learn and get and know at jacobslink.com, or hit the link in the bio instead.
We used to own things, not anymore. Your music, your movies, they sat on a shelf, your car in your driveway, tools in your hand, yours. But then they whispered a new word: convenience. Don't buy it, stream it. Don't own it, lease it. Don't keep it, subscribe. And like sleepwalkers, we agreed. Now, you don't own your songs, your software, your tools. You rent your life. You pay to borrow. And the second they want to, click. Gone. Your playlist erased. Your car disabled. Your apps locked. All without warning. All without your say. And here's what they'll never admit. This isn't a mistake. It's design. Because when you don't own anything, you can't protect it. Can't fix it. Can't even argue. You just accept, obey, move on. And it gets darker, because when you own nothing, they own you. Your choices, your habits, your digital cage painted pretty. And while you pay every month to keep things you don't own, they're watching, tracking, shaping what you think. So ask yourself, if they can take your music, your tools, your car, what happens when they come for your home, or worse, your mind?
This is just a theory.
Well, that's very interesting. It's true that they said that by 2030 we will own nothing and be happy. And when you look at the way things are going, like let's say TV, TV, we had channels and there was like ads and you didn't control it, and then all of a sudden they said, okay, let's go to streaming, and then everything got better. And now what's happening now? Okay, they're putting up the price. You have to pay for so many different streaming services. So it's ending up being the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're doing like a full cycle. And sort of like what he was saying, now everything is subscription based. So even things that normally like you could buy a program, now it's per month, like there's no buying, there's no owning. And just to drive the point home, when it comes to music, which is, I'm involved with that, so I know, like the quality has went down, because he says, they whisper the word convenience, but it's not only convenience. There's a lot of repercussions to that. Like for an example, back in the days, there was CDs, the CDs were 1 megabyte per second of quality. So 1,000 kilobytes per second, right? Then they went to MP3s, and it was the big thing because you could have a lot of songs on your MP3, and it was amazing, right? But the highest quality MP3 is 320, so we already divided by 3. And now, with the streaming services, if I'm not mistaken, the average bit rate, I think, is 192. So that's almost divided by 2. So, we went from 1,000 to 190. You understand what I mean? It's almost 10 times a loss of quality. Now, apart from losing the quality, like he said, you lose ownership. And for people like me who do the music, it's worse than that. You lose the contact with your client. So back in the days, you would talk to someone or do a show or whatever, and everyone had a CD player so you could sell them a physical object, right? Now, everything is online, everything is free. So it just cut out that connection between the creator and the listener. So now, who comes in to fill in that void? All the platforms. So now you have the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, the Spotify. They come in to fill that void. Sort of like back in the days, you want to contact with God, you had to go through the church. Well, now, if you want contact with the consumer, you must go through the platforms. And it's very sad to see our dependence and to see this direction, because we're losing access, we're losing freedom. We don't support the people. Yeah, it's a weird situation. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the whole subscription model makes sense because you don't have to hold on to anything physical? You don't have to remember it, to keep it. You could always just log in and grab it? Or is that the problem? The fact that it's always online. So if the internet cuts, if the electricity cuts, then you lose all access to what's yours, right? Let me know down below, and let's keep on rocking.
Not a fact.
I'd like to show you an example of levitating small objects with sound waves. So these sound waves move upward, and up above, I have a glass plate, which is going to reflect the sound back down again. And when the distance between the glass plate and the loudspeaker is just right, then those sound waves that are moving down will interfere constructively with the sound waves coming up and give us regions of high pressure and low pressure, which don't move around. They stay in one spot. As I said before, the distance between the reflector and the loudspeaker is just right. If I change it, and which I'm going to do, you'll see that this standing wave disappears and the balls are no longer suspended there. We've now set up the little loudspeaker and the reflector in front of this mirror, which is part of our Schlieren optic setup. And the purpose of that is to be able to actually see where there are regions of high pressure and low pressure in the air. And if I adjust the height of the reflector, there's a point at which you see bands of white, light, and dark. This is the standing wave, and it only happens when the distance between the reflector and the speaker is some multiple of a half a wavelength. So every single one of those bands is a half a wavelength. If I go up a little higher, then it disappears again, but if I continue to go higher, then it will come back when I'm at another half a wavelength. Now, it's in these bands that I'm going to place the little balls. And you can see the little ball settles down where there's a bright band, and that is
pretty interesting.
high pressure.
It's sort of like a
if
visual
I, again, change the height,
representation
the
of a
standing
harmony.
wave goes away,
You know, like
and
when the
the
sounds
little
don't
balls will
match,
fall down.
it's like it sounds like chaos, right?
And this
And it
Tesla
seems
coil
like when
never
the
used
sounds
any
match
iron.
together and
It's right
layer
here.
and add to the
This
resonance,
big, beautiful
it creates
ball of
like a
energy right here can
physical
transmit energy
structure.
and
It's not
harness
physical;
the
they're waves,
beautiful
but I mean,
energy
we're seeing a
of the
physical
Earth. We talked about how
representation of it.
Tesla did stuff with
Super
AC,
interesting.
talked about
I've never
DC,
seen this
talked about
type
all
of,
the different things of how you can
experiment, and I
capture
find
the
it
beautiful
truly like
energy
opens the
that's
mind
all
to
around us. And
think
the
about
Tesla
waves and
coils,
sounds
which we'll move into
in a
in a
different
second
fashion.
when we
You know,
get to like
it's very interesting. Let's
the
keep on.
transmitters and things like that, or just another way of Tesla showing the spiral factor of when things are in a spiral fashion, they can capture the energy or the ether. If you think about it, if you wrap your fingers or arms in a spiral fashion with copper or any type of metal like that, what are you creating? An induction coil or a Tesla coil. And there you go. This is how these little things work. So if you can see that right there, there's your little induction coil, there's your antenna, and then it's into a ground and usually a capacitor and a conductor. Now, a lot of this stuff, as somebody just commented, nobody was willing to commit to any of these things because they were getting things for free. A lot of things that people don't know about Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, in the beginning of the book, actually left Europe because nobody would invest into any of his ideas.
Some people here need to understand that curiosity will be the thing that makes you lose your life. So this influencer went on an adventure, that's what he called it, and almost lost his life when he took a sail deep into the jungle of Papua and ran into a tribe that he wasn't supposed to see. Matter of fact, look at this shit. You see, when this type of shit happen right here, this type of shit right here can make you lose your life.
Terrifying. They're huge bulls.
He ran into a tribe of cannibals.
This is Demi back here, who knows the tribe and who's bringing us in.
Look at this shit right here.
Basically barter.
Curiosity will make you lose your life.
Got salt.
Put it in your hands.
Wow.
Put it in my hands.
Open it and just put it in your hands.
And now they want to give him an offering. That shit is crazy. He don't like that shit.
Oh God. Okay, he doesn't look like he likes
Wow.
it. Be careful. He doesn't like it. All right, guys, let's move back. Maybe
we have to go out.
He's not into that.
Wow.
Really welcome. It's really dangerous.
I'm not gonna lie, that is absolutely terrifying.
Mind you, he got out of there and they were able to post that video. But what if that offering that he gave him, he wouldn't accept it? And that tribe that everybody know is a tribe of cannibals would have took his life. Mind you, it's illegal to interact with that tribe. But again, curiosity will be the thing that makes you lose your life. Certain things and certain people are not meant to be harassed. Stop harassing people that don't want to be harassed. They live where they live for a reason. I'm out.
This is how Japan generates electricity using people's footsteps. Tokyo, one of the busiest cities in the world, has installed these special black tiles on pedestrian walkways. Every time someone steps on them, the tiles capture the kinetic energy from footsteps and convert it into electricity, powering the city's future with every step. At the core of this technology is piezoelectric technology, which converts mechanical pressure into electrical power. A single step can light up 10 bulbs for 20 seconds. This technology is now spreading worldwide, with several European countries implementing it in high-traffic areas, such as football stadiums and amusement parks. Every bit of kinetic energy is maximized and transformed into green energy, making each step part of a sustainable future. Who would have thought that every step we take is quietly changing the world, turning walking into a glowing experience? How cool is that?
If you really want to understand what the ultimate goal of this thing is, I'm going to paint it to you. Because it never needed to control you. That's a common misunderstanding. It just needed to...
Listen, to be 100% honest, if our governments, right, wanted to save the world and global warming and all these things, right, they wouldn't be putting a tax on carbon. They would be using technologies such as this one where you don't need it. You understand what I mean? Like, how is it that this technology exists and these governments that are saying that, like, saving the world and being energy efficient is the most important thing ever, it's worth putting ourselves in debt, it's worth taking away the freedoms of our people, it's worth anything, right? Then why aren't we using all of the methods at our disposition? How come Japan is using this technology and we're not? Because the kinetic energy from people walking, I mean, that's lost every day. And further than lost, I think when humans walk like on a really, really hard surface all the time, I think it's not good for their joints and for their body. So it would sort of like make sense, not only for the person creating the energy, but also, for receiving the energy. So I don't know. When I see technologies like these, when I see sometimes the things that they're doing in Asia, which are so ahead of the time, sometimes I wonder, What are we doing here? What are we doing when we're saying that the most important thing is to cut your access to gas or to put up the price? There's other ways, isn't there? Do you guys know of any other technologies such as this one that could help us out and lower our energetic load on the grid and, give us more freedom? Let me know down below. I'm very curious to know. Let's keep on
I'm
rocking.
familiar enough to be mistaken for instinct, because most people think the algorithm's made out of code, but it's not just code, it's made out of you. I want you to understand that. That's the deepest thing to get it. Your hesitation, your contradiction, your late night flicker between pleasure and pain, it records all of it. Not because it's smart, but because you are predictable. You're not the user, you're the source code. When the tech billionaires are talking about improving the algorithm, they're not talking about better AI. They're talking about you. They're talking about you becoming faster, needing less, clicking more. The algorithm doesn't monitor activity, it monitors ambivalence. It doesn't reward clarity, it feeds on delay, it feasts on confusion. I want you to see what's going on. It watches what you pause on, not what you love, not what you finish, just what you flinch at. What you can't explain, but still scroll past 2 seconds too slow. I want you to see what's going on. I want you to see what's going on, because that's where it finds you. The algorithm is a mirror made out of your survival response. It doesn't reflect what you want. It reflects what you'll obey. It learns your obedience through chemistry. I want you to see what I'm talking about. Your dopamine loops, your cortisol spikes, your serotonin withdrawals, your oxytocin bargaining. It uses your chemical bias like a scent and teaches the machine how to hunt you. It teaches the machine how to hunt you and then sells it back to you as urgency, as intimacy, as self-discovery. You're not discovering yourself online. You'll be rerouted back to the most monetizable ache you have. I want you to see what I'm talking about. The feed is not personalized. It's parasitic. You think you're choosing, but you're metabolizing what keeps this system alive. I just want you to get it. The algorithm doesn't have to punish you because you'll do it yourself. You'll do it yourself. The algorithm's not founded in artificial intelligence. It's founded in spiritual recursion. It's your nervous system rebranded. I want you to see what I mean, because soon you won't call it the algorithm. You won't. You'll call it instinct. You'll call it alignment. You'll call this healing someday. But it won't be. It'll be trauma rehearsed until it becomes marketable. You'll wake up and scroll not to remember, but to forget that there was ever a you before this rhythm. It'll show you pain in your mother's tone, desire in your father's wound, and hope in a product you returned last week. Right? That's all that's going to happen. And when it knows you perfectly, it'll stop trying to surprise you. It'll just reflect you until you mistake that reflection for reality. The algorithm won't kill you. It never wants to. It'll just convince you that you've never been born. That's all it needs to do. And when that moment comes, you won't ask what truth is. You'll wonder why no one is watching you anymore. But because the system never needed your voice, it just needed your pattern, it'll still be hungry, even after it's consumed you. But you can leave. But I want you to clarify. I want you to clarify this. Right? Just in yourself. Logging off is not the way out. Rebellion in this case isn't even the way out.
If every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety in grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is. And we just are.
Got some crazy news to tell y'all, man. China develops the world's first pregnancy robot that's capable of giving birth to a live baby. Are you joking? What do y'all think about that? We got a serious problem with AI too, y'all. This research psychiatrist warns he's seeing a wave of...
Wow, man was cooking. Whew. I've listened to it twice up to now, and to be honest, I feel like you could listen to that probably 10 times. I feel like that clip, whatever he's saying there, should be adapted into a script and made into a movie. That would be like the new Matrix, next level. I'm going to re-listen to it a few times, but it's very interesting to think about that. When you're the source of the algorithm and the algorithm is in turn feeding you, it's sort of like you feeding your subconscious and then your subconscious feeding your conscious mind. So it's a very, very natural loop that happens in the background processes of our minds. So what he's saying is not that far off in a way, because it's sort of emulating the same system. So while you will call it instinct, it will actually be a slow learning curve and understanding the source that you are and actually trying to make it aim for the outcome it desires. Very interesting. I really appreciate this video. What do you guys, are you guys afraid of AI? Are you guys afraid of the algorithm? Have you guys realized that we are now all slaves to the algorithm in one way, shape, or form? Whether it's for business, promotion, marketing, we must use the platforms. If it's for the diffusion of art and music, and we must use the platform. When we want to be a public figure, we must use the platform. So basically, there's not really any situation nowadays where you can have success and not use the platform. So does that mean that the platform, if the platform is associated with all growth, does that mean that the platform will grow bigger than any of us and always remain at the top in a way? Because if I make a cut off every transaction that happens in the world, so you pay $5, he pays $2, he pays $1, I make 10 cents on everyone, I will become richer than everyone because I don't have an initial cost. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a very slippery slope, this whole algorithm story. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think we should be weary, or if AI is the best technology we've come up with a long time and we should just run it to its course as much as we can. Let me know down below, and let's keep on rocking.
AI psychosis, like everybody's like asking, and it's really affecting things really bad. Israeli official arrested in Nevada operation and released back to Israel. Oh yeah, that was in Las Vegas. He got busted for, yeah, you know what. In more news, ICE, DC kicked off the weekend with newly marked vehicles. Check it out. They got these new cars they're showing off. Yeah. What do y'all think about that situation right there, man? See, I'm seeing a lot of videos of people that actually live there of all skin colors, and they're saying that it's great. They love it. Unless they're the ones that are living in those bad places that everybody's getting hit, that they don't like them, you know what I mean? But a lot of other people of all types, all walks of life are saying, I love it. I can walk around, walk through the park now, and I'm not getting, you know, robbed or whatever. Does anybody, like any of y'all live there? Can y'all tell me if that's true? Like, is it really better there now, or is it bad? What do y'all think about that? Let me know.
That is a warm hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What? Oh my
really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret vault. And this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh, 2010.
No, it's 2010.
Okay. Oh no. I read Dan Brown on the...
Okay, can someone please explain what's going on here? Someone that's a expert in nature. Let me know what's going on in this circle, please.
Dude, have y'all seen this right here yet, man? Look at this, man. You know how long this has been sitting here? Look at this, man. There's no way y'all are still eating this stuff. Look at it, dude. Look at that, man. It looks like it never molded. No bugs will eat it. No bugs will even touch this. This sat outside for a long time. Weeks and weeks and weeks. I think I might try to like make it an art, put it on the wall or something. Check this out. Let's see, we could put like some wall art. What do y'all think about that, man? That's actually, hey, Bill, that's kind of cool, man. Yeah. Ooh, or we could turn it around this way and have it, hold on. We can have that. I think the other way looks better because it's more 3D, man. So look, what do y'all think? Should we hang it sideways or straight? Probably straight, huh? So like that, I don't know about that one, but that one, that way people can come up and like look up in there. I mean, I don't know who'll come up in there because we don't see nobody, but it's all good, man. It's all good. Anyways, y'all have a good day.
And that's a wrap for today, familia. Whether you're tuning in with the sunrise or you're posted up at midnight, I appreciate your time, your energy, and your curiosity. Remember, this isn't about truth or fiction. It's about perspective. If this sparked a thought, a laugh, a deeper question, then we did our job. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep the convo alive. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell if you're riding the wave, because we're just getting started. So until next time, stay grounded, stay weird, stay critical. I'm Adam Strain, and this has been Adam Strain for Yaks. Peace. What y'all think, but now's the time for us to link up. Really think we on the brink up, making a change from living this strange.